Okay, hi everyone. Miss Andrea here. I am here at Pafford Woods. It's part of the Avalonia Conservancy, which that means that it's a protected land because it's a good spot for migrating birds and amphibians and lots of other nature, trying to preserve it, keep it protected, keep it safe. When we go on hikes, it's always good to make sure you stay on the trails. It's a lot safer that way. You can prevent getting ticks and poison ivy. If you do adventure off the trails to explore things, it's always good to remember to try not to step on any plants and try to be as much of a scientist as you can. Try not to hurt the environment. Always leave with everything that you've come with. So with that said, let's get started. So nature journaling is a great way to record what you've seen in nature, and it's also a great way to look back on what you've already recorded to help you observe the natural world and maybe discover new things. I've been here quite a bit because I live close by, but I actually have a nature journal from one of the times I was here in this past October. So as you can see, on my nature page, on my journal page, I put the date. It was Sunday, October 6, 2019. The weather, it was overcast. The time was 11:11 a.m. And I put where we are, Pafford Woods, Stonington, Connecticut. On my trail hike, I noticed that at the beginning of the trail, all along the trail at the beginning of the hike, was this type of flower. And so I did a quick sketch of the flower. I did a closer SketchUp of the design of the leaf. I did the flower. I did some details about the flower since I didn't have any coloring. So I put flower color, white, about 7 petals. The center is the color of pink, so in the middle is pink. I observed sounds that day. There were crickets more than usual. There are no more katydids. Birds, wind. I heard a foghorn. Faraway traffic, chipmunks clucking of warning. Chipmunks make a silly noise when they're trying to ward you off. I also observed a lot of birch trees. So this is an example of my journal entry from back in October. So today I'm going to start a new journal entry. Oh, hey, check this out. The skunk flower is one of the first flowers that blooms, and it blooms actually starting around February. Usually when we had colder winters in February, there'd still be some ice, but amazingly enough, this flower creates so much heat that it actually heats up and breaks through the ice. So here's the flower. You can kind of see here, there's some growing, the leaves have grown a bit more right here. The thing that's so amazing and special and important about this flower is that it's actually a great spot for bees who are coming out of hibernation. It's one of the first flowers that they'll go to get pollen. Because if you can look and see inside here, there's a little the center part of the flower where they can get the pollen. And like I said before, the flower creates heat. So when the bees first come out by the end of February, it's still really cold for them. So this is a great place for them to gather pollen, and sometimes they'll actually spend the day in there warming up before they continue on to find either more pollen or head back to their colony. So it's a really special plant. The skunk flower is a really special flower, and it's something that is a big part of the first sightings of spring. So it's something that I definitely want to capture in my nature journal. So for today, I started off, today's Tuesday, March 24th. The weather, it's sunny with some clouds. And the time, it's around 12:30. And we're at Pafford's Woods in Stonington. So I'm going to just draw a quick sketch of the skunk flower. It's always fun to take advantage of natural climbing zones. Just make sure that you're safe about it and you always have a parent close by. Climbing that rock took a lot out of me. It's always good to remember to hydrate when you're hiking. Cheers! Streams are a great spot to sit down and relax and enjoy nature. Another part of the nature journal that I showed you that I did previous when I was here back in October, I stopped and listened and recorded the sounds of nature that I heard. So right here is a perfect spot for that. It makes it even more relaxing and special, and you'll hear and observe a lot more if you just take the moment to really sit down, take a couple deep breaths, and close your eyes and listen. Right now I mainly hear the stream, but I did hear some birds off in the distance. Cool, check this out. Ever wonder what this green stuff is on branches and on rocks, like over on this rock right here? It's called lichen. There are lots of different types of lichen. There's the lichen like this, but then there's also the longer lichen that almost looks more like seaweed. There are even more species than even just what we have right here. Lichen is a really cool, interesting thing. It is the symbiotic relationship between fungus and algae. So it's not just one specific thing. It's two organisms working together to survive. It's not part of the plant kingdom because it doesn't have any roots or leaves or stems. It is, like I said, fungus and then algae. That fungus helps hold it in place, and the algae kind of sits above it and helps it get its food. Lichen is really special because it really helps us learn more about the pollutions in our environment. It's really sensitive to the pollutions in our environment. So if you see a lot of lichen growing in the area, you have a better sense of it being a healthy space to be in. Scientists will actually take samples of lichen and pull out the toxins that it's absorbed in its environment to get an idea of what pollutions are in the area in certain areas, which is really, really cool. So lichen, it's really cool stuff. So this is really something special that I want to record in my journal. I'm going to try to record the best I can the different types. So first maybe the lichen on the rock. So we're at the end of the hike now, and I just wanted to give you some reminders. The biggest reminder I have for you is to remember, drink lots of water, and also to check for ticks. What I suggest that maybe you want to tell your parents about is that you either in the car leave a lint roller or leave it in your entranceway at home, so that way you can roll your clothes. And that's a quick, easy way to kind of try to get some ticks off. Even though after doing that, you still want to just always check. Ticks really like, the back of the head, behind the ears, armpits, anywhere that's nice and warm and toasty. So you want to make sure that you get help from a family member to check for ticks. Lint rollers are a good first precaution. Okay, take care everyone. Bye.